Quite a few of you in the comments have recently suggested that I should provide summaries or main points of a book or an article. I'm here to explain as to why just the summaries are not enough. Sometimes summaries can be useful because they can give you a rough idea of what a book is about or what a particular article is about. But if you're planning to do more sophisticated work, if you're a graduate student or a scholar who wants to teach but also publish newest scholarship, then just looking at the summary of a book or a summary of a work may give you some ideas about what an author is about or what a book is about, but it's not going to give you the deeper philosophical understanding of concepts and how they apply, how they interact with other concepts. That is why I highly encourage people, even when I'm offering detailed videos about books, to read alongside the videos. Now, what is it that's relying on summaries kind of curtails in your growth as a scholar? First of all, no summary can ever really give you the exact nuances of the arguments of an author. In order to know that, you will have to read carefully and see where is the author coming from, who is he or she or they competing with in terms of their ideas, which ideas are they modifying, and as you read and take notes, you will do two things. You will progress into the book as it builds up its argument, but you'll also take note of who they are citing, who they are challenging, whose work they are building on. Now, this done over a long period is what enables scholars to develop more complex and nuanced understanding of concepts. So let me give you an example. On my channel, I have a whole playlist on Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of the Oppressed. That playlist is a line-by-line reading and discussion of the book. It has 53 videos, I think. One way for you to know about Paulo Freire would be to pick up my other videos where I discuss what is the banking model of education, where I give you summaries of each chapter. And that could give you the basic knowledge. But if you really wanted to delve into Freire's argument or his praxis and how does he define it, how does he discuss it, then you will probably have to read the Pedagogy of the Oppressed. And that is where a detailed playlist which deals with every aspect of the book, which I recorded over 3.5 years, becomes useful. No, it's entirely up to you. I mean, if you just need a snippet of information to cite or to even use in an essay, you could go for a summary. But if you really want to prioritize becoming an informed and deep thinking scholar, then there is no shortcut to reading. Another example, someone just recently suggested that in my playlist on Terry Eagleton's Introduction to Literary Studies, I should provide some key points or main points videos, which I could easily do. But the purpose of that book, in my humble opinion, is to teach us nuanced discussions about various schools of literary theory. And the only way we can grasp that is if we read the book. And my videos then enable you to read the book and see what my views are on it, and then formulate your own views. Now, reading carefully and broadly and in depth then hones your ability to extrapolate. What do I mean by it? What I mean by it is that when you have, let's say, read your Foucault and watched the detailed videos on it, if someone even asks you, would Foucault do this? Even if you haven't read anything specific about Foucault, you can extrapolate from your knowledge and say, no, Foucault doesn't believe in psychologizing the subject, so he probably won't delve too much on psychoanalytical aspects of the human subjects. So that ability to extrapolate then sometimes enables you to form informed opinions philosophically about aspects of knowledge or about something that you might not have read anything specific about. So overall, another thing that deep reading and watching detailed videos about a topic or about a book, what it enables you to do is it builds your body of knowledge, right, which you take with you when you read another book. Your mind is doing the comparisons, it's making the connections. If you just relied on summaries, then you do not have deeper knowledge to back up that summary or the discussion to understand what is being summarized. So your knowledge will remain surface knowledge. And with surface knowledge, maybe you can write a good paper, but it would be really hard to become a more effective teacher, to make connections as the students ask deeply philosophical questions. And as a scholar, it will be really hard to publish or write something that takes into account various connotations of a claim, and that you understand where you are coming from and why. So in these few words, I thought I should clarify as to why, while summaries can be useful and key points videos can be useful, a deeper reading of any given text and a longer video that covers important aspects of a chapter or a text in a chronological sequence in a philosophical way, I think is a better way of approaching learning and approaching becoming a scholar. That's all. Thank you so much. Please do share your ideas. I'll be back with more. Until then, as always, peace and love.